Welcome. Welcome, everyone. I'm Angelo Robles. I'm live this Sunday night. It's about 8:45 Eastern Time, and I would like to spend a couple of minutes talking about something that truly is guaranteed to change your life, and that is AI. Family offices, legal, accounting, broadly finance, anything and everything is going to be impacted. And I've been hosting now for multiple months, very unique in person in the family office world, my masterclass. I've not spoken as much about it in the last 2 months. Partially the books I'm working on, I wouldn't say to prove to all of you that I'm more than just AI, but I've done a lot on infrastructure, on taxes, and other subjects. Preparing for my speaking role in New York this week, Cayman Islands in November, and my big 4-day program already site visits to Florida, come Palm Beach in March. And finally, my two 400 slide PowerPoints, one of them creating a top 1% family office. I can now work on that and have those ready as digital and in person masterclasses beginning approximately early January. Before I begin, and I think I have a lot to share and my hands on experiences in AI, I'd like to do something I don't normally do. I am going to go on a little rant of something that has nothing to do with the family office world. If you could give me 60 seconds. And I'm going to lose all my international audience. I have been an NFL fan, American football, since 1974. I've been a Giant fan for almost that long. I see optimism with Jackson Dart, the youth of the team, to give up today 33 points in the fourth quarter. I think I saw that once before, circa early 90s. Then the Houston Oilers doing that, blowing that to the Buffalo Bills. Just the frustration of sports, and I guess this could be universal, and the fact that we have no control, not even 1/1000th of 1% of the outcome, yet we put our emotions into it. The bond of community, the bond of liking, the bond of being dedicated and loyal. And then having something like this happen, being up 26-8 with what, 8 or 9 minutes left, and then getting the lead with effectively what, under a minute left, amazingly, and then blowing that, and how they did it, the pain and the frustration. It's wow. I guess I let my emotions get a little bit of the best of me there. You can imagine the epithets I was mentioning. We had about 6 family members over. Like, you never have enough points. Now, I could segue that a little bit into family offices. Do you ever really have enough love? Do you ever really have enough money? Do you ever really have enough happiness? Because you really do never know. But I do want to stay focused. And why don't we get right to it? And my haters, yeah, come at me with the Giants because you're going to be 100% correct. I'm going to eat crow. So, the AI Family Office Masterclass. If you're managing a family office right now, I need to tell you something that probably is going to be as uncomfortable for you to hear as it is for me to watch the New York Giants play football. While you've been evaluating whether AI might be useful more than just an investment one day, your most sophisticated peers and competitors are like moving past that and starting to implement it. They're not just using AI tools, they're building their entire investment and really family office infrastructure around AI. And the gap between them and everyone else, it's widening every 2 weeks. The book that I wrote and completed 2 months ago, 10 Things to Do in the Family Office with AI right now, it's already dated. This weekend, I had to update it, so it's now updated. But that's going to need updating every week. So, for those of you newer, when I'm not ranting about football, at least I'm an Oklahoma Sooners fan. I'm Angelo Robles. I spent over 20 years working with over 100 billionaire families. And for the last 18 months, I've transformed my own operations and spent tens of thousands of dollars to be effectively near fully AI native. So, what I've learned is I do think we're at somewhat of an irreversible threshold point. The families implementing AI systems today are building 18 to 24-month advantages that will compound into permanent dominance. The question isn't whether AI will transform family offices. I know you're not that foolish. You disagree with my timeline. I understand that. That's fair. The question is whether your family will lead the transformation or spend effectively a decade or longer catching up, if you even could catch up. Which is why my third time this year, on November 5th and 6th, immersive in New York City. I guess it's my AI family office masterclass, but really it's an AI masterclass. You don't need to be in the family office or be a $1 billion family. You're going to be wickedly impacted no matter what. And I want to be clear about what it is and maybe what it isn't. It is definitely not a conference. At most, there'll be 10 people, probably 6 or 7. This is not a conference where you sit and listen to theory. It's not a lecture series about what AI may do in the future. This is not a consultant driven concepts that sound good but don't get implemented. This is real, hands on, intensive, immersive implementation as a workshop where you walk out after 2 intense days with me and my 2 other instructors, maybe a third, and they're incredible. One is a incredible tech entrepreneur. The other one is an executive in a family office that working with AI systems deployed in your infrastructure, generating competitive advantages immediately. So let me tell you some of the things that we're going to effectively do. I wouldn't even say just learn. You'll understand why you will need your own sovereign AI, effectively infrastructure. Complete intellectual independence where your family's intelligence doesn't leak to competitors and train commercial AI models. You are bleeding IP. If you think you have proprietary info and you're putting it into the common systems, you are bleeding your IP. I'll show you how to easily deploy a private AI stack. You know, it'll be incredible while maintaining complete, when you want to, data sovereignty. What hardware to use, what programs, what open source programs. Second, 24/7 autonomous, effectively investment systems, like a live build out of an actual trading platform using Claude, Alpaca, and Pipedream. This isn't theory. It's done in like an hour. You'll build or learn to build automated portfolio management that captures opportunities at whatever 3 a.m. Tokyo time, assuming there's a market, and there is, that you would want to quote unquote trade then. Understanding custom applications. I don't know how to code. I use vibe coding platforms, including Lovable, Bolt.new, and literally could create applications valuable to you in the family office in under an hour. Now, the one I did that I'll be rolling out sometime in November and be more public about, admittingly took dozens of hours, but not one iota of coding from my end. So I also talk about the current commercial AI, really LLS systems. Which one's best for what? Is Grok better for this? Is Anthropic? Is 4.5? Is GPT-5? Is Perplexity? And understanding what I call a gladiator model. This is where you deploy multiple AI systems simultaneously and force them to compete against each other for the best answer. You absolutely get a massive enhancement in intelligence, including investment intelligence, and by using any one single AI model. And yes, probably very trendy, we will talk about AI agents and show you how to actually do them. Lindy, getden.io, and other programs, Crew and others. Even Anthropic has some interesting things that they're doing. Imagine monitoring 24/7, preparing investment committee materials that are automated, executing workflows that historically take entire teams. We'll talk about building LLM orchestration and advanced prompt engineering. It's only as good as what you put in. The meta skill, the foundation capability that determines whether your AI implementation succeeds or becomes an expensive failure. And finally, well, maybe not finally, but digital memory systems, institutional knowledge that survives when your staff leaves or compounds across generations. Your family's what, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of history, investment wisdom, governance knowledge becomes instantly accessible and searchable internally with the family in the family office. Like I said, you're not just learning from me. I have two incredible, both better than me at this, but we have different perspectives. I am very good at moving forward, iterating, and showing you from a layman's perspective some pretty incredible things I'm doing, including building apps. So they're going to share real world implementation challenges, problems they had to overcome, governance frameworks, and really integrating and how they're integrating with the fintech in their family offices, things like Notion, things like Velvet and Mantle, all things I have experiences with as well. So we really do have incredible people. One of them is a 3-time exit tech entrepreneur, currently invested in well over 100 private fintech and AI deals and opportunities, and is a wizard, a brilliant wizard on AI agents and really AI, incredible, worth the price of admission. And I was fortunate that he was with us, the 2 other masterclasses that I hosted as well. This will be incredible. You could go to my website, angelorobles.com. It's kind of plastered to some degree on the homepage. And then I have an AI masterclass dedication page, which is a long build out, a pinch dated from late August, but gets the job done. And we'd love to see you jump on board. We had multiple incredible people, about 9 join us in August. A CEO from a $5 billion family office noted in 2 days, they really implemented AI systems that would have taken their team months to figure out on their own, capturing real value in really under 2 months since then. It's been utterly amazing. And the magic that we could do with PDFs, decks, pitch decks, from organization structure to having the AI compete and pick up nuances and questions to ask, like, it's pretty incredible. That gladiator model and what we could do with some of them is really, really cool. One investment committee chair noted from a huge family, a little bit under $1 billion, that the gladiator method alone has transformed their investment committee process. They're making better decisions faster and competitive advantages that are compounding every week. I guarantee you're going to do more with less, better, and faster. There is no doubt about it. You just have to acquire the knowledge that enhances your utility and put in the work and the effort. Within 2 days, you're going to be much better. 2 days. A principal from about a $1.5 billion family noted they went from AI skeptics to AI native in operations. They went to my June one in about 90 days. That's it. These families aren't hoping for AI advantages. They're already operating with them right now. It's never going to get worse than it is today. But the opportunity to learn how to drive now is like a almost empty parking lot versus driving maybe in 18 months, like through the wonderful highway systems of LA or traffic like that. It's a big difference. We do allow up to 2 representatives. One of the family offices brought their CTO. Others have brought young ones, either generationally or an executive's young one in the family. They came to the last one. We've had quite the mix of people, even one person from venture capital, private equity, legal. And you get it all, and you get an opportunity for follow-up as well. So a complete private, effectively AI stack, a blueprint from hardware specifications, software configurations, security protocols, prompt engineering library with templates for investment analysis, due diligence, risk assessment, committee preparation, access to an elite network, the incredible faculty and others that I could introduce you to that are going to be incredibly valuable as AI integration engineers. And you receive all of this, including some private non-public interviews I've done with some of the AI integration engineers and thought leaders from around the world, Europe, Latin America, the Caribbean, doing incredible things with AI right now. As I mentioned, this is not a conference. This is an intimate boardroom. At most, we'll have 10. I think it'll be closer to 7 or 8. And it's extremely intimate, in-depth, in-person over those 2 days, a Wednesday and Thursday combination, November 5th and November 6th. If you're listening to this live on a Sunday night, you may get a little bit head start, may want to think about it. If you hear this during the week from my LinkedIn, my YouTube, or any one of my platforms, it's only a couple of weeks away to completely change your life. There's an uncomfortable truth about delay. Every month you wait kind of really adds 2 or 3 months in catch-up time. AI's capabilities, debatable, are doubling every 6 months. Compounding, that could be 64x after 3 years. The families who implemented systems from 90 to 120 days ago to the ones even 60 days ago, they're already operating with capabilities that you probably haven't even started yet. By the time you implement what they're doing, imagine they could have a 6 months, a 1 year advantage, a compounding advantage, a mindset advantage, engaging the rising and the young generation advantage. The mathematics can be brutal and unforgiving. So sure, is the Masterclass a fair penny? It is. I'm bringing in incredible people. You're being immersed over 2 days. And this is incredible knowledge that no one in the family office world is teaching. It's not the ABCs. I am living through it, creating my own apps, my own systems. I know incredible families, thought leaders, and AI integration engineers. And we just bring it all together for you. If you're serious about positioning yourself, your family office, your business, your enterprise, your career, and get a massive head start, a huge advantage. Again, the train has left the station. It will never be weaker than it is today. Mark Andreessen, 100% correct. AI is actually underhyped. Underhyped. I promise you that. So you could go to angelorobles.com. You could have a chance to learn more. You'll see some graphics. You'll see a link to an AI family office page that will give more detail and a sign up. And within under 3 weeks, when that's concluded over those 2 days, and even your access to me and the team after that, it'll be incredible for you. And I know, I'm 100% sure that it will be incredibly impactful. Now, yeah, I may not have had quite some of the energy that I've had in other ones. I am a little bit obsessed and high octane. But if you watch the beginning of the video in my horrific day being a New York Giant fan here on this Sunday, you'll know why. Like, you don't see another team score 33 points. For a lot of people around the world that are perhaps what you call football, that we would call soccer, it would be like there's 20 minutes to go in a second half and your team is winning like 5-0. Like, you don't lose games like that. You could go 50, 60 years. And I guess this bit me in the butt now. This is when it happened to, of course, my team. But back on track. So the AI, again, I'm so used to calling it the AI Family Office Masterclass, but really it's an AI masterclass and a very deep one, so much deeper than the light stuff you learn from some of the things available, no or low cost, which I maybe recommend as a starting point. But especially in the world of wealth, finance, and family offices, but really even in legal and accounting, there are incredible things happening now. And for those of you that may be a little bit older like me, I'm 60, and that don't have your own company, but are well compensated within any one of the entities, especially, of course, including a family office, even a multifamily office that I noted, would you agree that I could very well be correct? I mean, I know I'm correct. Again, you're arguing maybe my timeline a little bit. I understand. Like, you have to work with this, you can't ignore it. If ChatGPT 5, debatable because IQs could get a little unique, but if it is a stated 148, like, what's going to happen if that's doubling, like, from that perspective every year to a year and a quarter, compounding? What happens when it's 400, 1,000? Now, those may be deeper societal issues that we could save for a different discussion. But what I'm trying to say is, don't put your head in the sand. Don't do what most people do, which is let their ego, ignorance, and fear, all normal human emotions, we all go through them. Don't let that get in the way of you built an amazing career. And I want you to continue that for as long as reasonably possible. Maybe it's 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, maybe longer. Ignoring this is not going to be to your betterment. It's just not. So I'm looking at some of the comments, then we'll call it a night. Uh, Someone wrote no CC. I'm not sure what you mean. Like no credit card, no Caitlin Clark. I don't know. Give me some context, Jose. So you share, Donald wrote, so you share prompt engineering. Yes, the devil is in the details. The quality of the information you put in is a prompt is going to somewhat determine the quality that you get back. There's lots of nuances in prompt engineering. Of course, I share templates that have worked for investors, hedge funds, family offices, how to have the multiple models compete with each other. But that is a just one little tiny part of the masterclass. Understanding the big picture of AI, building your own sovereign system where it doesn't touch the cloud, you don't leak your secrets. Things like AI agents, Perplexity Comet, just so many different things, vibe coding, building family office specific apps internally, sometimes in 10 or 20 minutes. So it's a lot more than that. Although prompt engineering is very, very important. Very. I go back and forth with the more public AI platforms. Which one is my favorite? It depends. Sometimes it is Grok 4 heavy, sometimes Perplexity. Not as much Gemini, but occasionally. And ChatGPT 5 and Anthropic 4.5 are probably the two that I most commonly use. I'll share with my masterclass attendees the nuances I think they're each better for, and my instructors will do the same, and we'll kind of battle and compete and engage the audience with a little bit of that as well. But I don't want to take up too much time. I know this was a little different because I really had to put on my uh, the happy face today after such a horrific day from my perspective. Uh, God, I'm also a Yankee fan, so this has not been a good month for me. And who knows what the Oklahoma Sooners, they don't look quite as good as their record, but you never know. I'll be optimistic. Again, I prefer to do things that I have a say in the outcome. When you're a fan of sports, you're part of the community, but you have zero say in the outcome. I like to be the one that fails and to be the one that wins. And then I understand how to adapt and iterate. At least I know I gave it a shot. And that makes it frustrating to me for what, since 73, 74 of being a sports fan. On that note, let me go learn more even about AI. So reach out to me, angelorobles.com. Any of you could always text me, 203-570-2898. It's going to be a busy, busy fall into the winter. There's lots going on, big announcements on my books, more master classes, creating a top 1% family office, sovereign risk and disaster preparedness, things that I've been working on for years. And one of my new books, it's about 400 pages. My members will get access multiple months first, beginning on Tuesday of this week. I'm going to Kindle it sometime in the first quarter. It's Family Office Playbook. It asks over 850 questions that you need to be thinking through and various frameworks. It really is like my 20 years in the industry. And then I did update it to have more on tech, AI, and first principles. But a second updated edition in 2 years will obviously take that to another level. Okay, I think that about wraps it up. Let's see, Angelo, take a look. I will. Just taking a look at some comments that came in. I think we're good. Everyone have a wonderful week. I know I'm going to be busy this week. I hope you're all going to be awesome. Thank you all so much and have a good night.